We acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we record this podcast.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
So this episode, I wanted us to have some fun. I've introduced Mikaela to a English show, which is probably based on something else, but I'm 28 and apparently too young to know if there is like culture behind the show. But it's called Room 101. And the gist of this show, usually there's the presenter and three people that present their topics that they want to be sent into Room 101. The presenter will then basically decide which one gets sent there, and Room 101 is, I guess, a room where it ceases to exist anymore. And so if, for example, politics gets elected, politics is then sent to Room 101, doesn't exist anymore. Ice cream, sent to Room 101, no more ice cream. That's the gist of it. And I figure that's a fun enough topic to spend the last of our 2022 discussing. We'll make it slightly sustainable, eco-friendly themed. And I want to get the audience involved. So we are going to present 3 topics each. And basically, we're not going to decide who wins. We're going to state our claim as to why we think that they should go into Room 101. And then the audience is going to decide which of mine they like, which of yours they like. And then those two are going to face off. And people are going to vote on Instagram which one is going to be sent to Room 101 and cease to exist in our Green Girls reality.
Yes.
Let the games begin. What were you going to say?
No pressure. Well, I was thinking about my things, and then I was like thinking of all this stuff, and then I was like, oh wait, I have to think of a sort of sustainable thing as well, because I was coming up with all this stupid menial stuff. And then we're lying in bed the other night, and I was like to Jake, if you could think of 3 things that you could just, completely get rid of, cease to exist, didn't tell him about the concept, just 3 things, what would you get rid of? And then I just silence for a little while, and I just hear, probably war. And I was like,
oh my God.
Oh, well,
Jake, that's so sweet.
Now I feel like a really bad person because my things are so stupid.
Did that just not cross your mind? Like,
no, well, I was thinking of all these silly
end
things.
war, end illness.
Yeah, and then I was just like, oh, I'm judging myself right now. So.
Don't worry, this is not like a we want world peace version of it. We want to be kind of a bit like selfish, but in a sustainable way.
Yeah.
We want to have fun with this. Like, yes, we could be super serious and like end something that deserves ending, but that's not the point of it today. Sorry, we're going to have some fun.
Yes, but before we get into this, and I'm going to bring this up because I have one this week that is not my cat.
Yes.
What brings you joy?
Oh, okay, yes. What brings me joy is my leggings.
Oh, I saw that. Black Friday. Is that what it's called?
Happy Black Friday, everyone. And it will be over, or at least late when you're listening to this. But I guess I'm thankful for these leggings. I'm thankful for Black Friday. I'm thankful for dye in general. These leggings I have not properly worn for so long because I got like toothpaste or some greasy stain on them. And now that they're black, that's my uniform, baby. I can wear these every day. I can pass them for like workwear. And I'm so comfortable. I'm so comfortable all the time. So I am head over heels in love with them. So thankful that black dye exists. Thankful that dye exists. And thankful that the Black Friday thing exists because you can send it to them and get it dyed. And they'll like bulk dye things because that's the main reason I don't dye things at home is because I want to like bulk it and make the most of it, you know?
I actually have probably 10 things that I've been slowly stockpiling that are looking a little bit worse for wear with the plan to dye them.
Yes.
And I should have just sent them, but I didn't even think about it until you posted your leggings. And I was like, crap.
Well, now is when you can. Like, they launch it from Black Friday is when it, like, launches.
Okay. But the problem is I already bought some dye, but I don't think it would be enough. Like, I bought the dye, like, probably 6 months ago. I just haven't done anything.
So, what are you grateful for this week?
Okay, so Jake's grandparents, actually his mum was like, oh, they're coming over on the weekend. They really want to see you. They've got something for you. Wouldn't tell us anything. And we were like, okay, like this is interesting. So we went there on Saturday morning, and they'd just come back from a holiday. They drove up the coast, like up to Queensland.
Yeah.
And they've laid out these things on the pool table at Jake's parents' house. And they're these fabric advent calendars. So somebody has handmade these big square advent calendars
Yeah.
with little squares all along the bottom, Christmas themed in like Christmas fabrics, with the 1, 2, 3 everywhere in different spots. And they're like, oh, we bought these. Which one do you want? And we were like, oh, I don't know. Like, they hadn't filled it yet. They're like, Jake chose one. So then they went down to the shops and they were like, oh, what do we get Mikaela that's like vegan? So they filled it up with all these little goodies. So in each one, there's like a little gift for Jake and a little gift for me. And I bought it home and I've hung it up, and you can see it from the couch and the kitchen. And I just, like, obviously I had to take it home. So I kind of saw a couple of cheeky things in there. And I was like, like, they put little seeds like to grow flowers for me. And like Jake's got like a little chocolate favorite. And then I've got like a roll of thread and like some cute hair clips. And I'm like, this is so sweet and wholesome. Like, I'm so excited. And I was very tempted to take a tree out today, but I was like, no, it's not December. I'm not allowed. So I have to wait a couple more days. But it's super cute.
That is,
and I
the
know we're
sweetest
gonna have
thing.
it forever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can keep refilling that, using it. I can't believe how like personal those little like treats are as well. That's so
sweet. So my heart's just like full of joy.
I am full for you. That's amazing.
So cute.
Shall we get into the challenge?
We probably should. Yes.
Okay. All right. Enlighten us. You can start. What's your first entry for room 101?
Okay, my first one, and I don't think it's necessarily a sustainable thing, but it's definitely a thing that many vegans will, I think, agree with me on. Can you see where I'm going? Milk powder.
Oh, good one.
Hey, milk powder in everything. I like, the funniest thing is when you tell people who are not vegan, next time you go to the shops, just look at everything you pick up and have a look on the back. I bet you there's milk powder.
Tally it up. Find that milk powder. And it might be the only thing that keeps it from being vegan.
Exactly. It's
such a pain in the bum.
Peeve. And I know, yes, technically it's not green, but I guess
I'm on your side.
Sort of, I feel like I can get away with it, this one.
The fact that getting rid of that one little thing, I thought you were going to say, like, this is the vegan argument, like, meat, all meat. Like, that's a big one.
Well, like, I could have done that, but I thought we're keeping this lighthearted and nice.
Yeah,
so I was like,
this is much more chill, but would make the biggest difference. All of these products where, like, just that tiny bit of milk powder is the one thing stopping it from being way more kind, is the best word to say it. I can't claim necessarily like sustainable, but it would be way kinder.
Definitely. And even like, I saw someone post in one of the vegan Facebook groups the other day that they bought coconut milk in powder form so that they could just mix it as required. And she said she bought this bulk lot of it thinking, because the cans are vegan, and then when she went to put it in the pantry, she turns it around, she's like, what the heck? Milk powder.
What?
Yeah.
Milk powder in the coconut powder?
Yeah, so it's like, it's, you make coconut milk, but instead you get it in the can and it's already ready to go. But she bought a powdered version, which you like mix as needed. Exactly the same. Well, it's not exactly the same product. One's liquid and one's powder, but it had milk powder in it.
That is so rude.
I know. Why does coconut milk need to have milk powder in it?
No, I feel like they have totally misread why most people will use that product.
Yes. I've been very obsessed with coconut milk lately. It's my new fave. But I'm glad I didn't buy the powdered version.
I really like that one. I think that's going to be pretty hard to beat.
I think people will side with me. Well, I guess it depends on our listeners. I don't think everyone's vegan, but...
True. We're trying to appeal to a wide demographic, but if they're at least similar to me, they're trying to be more vegan. And what is a product actually that comes up for you a lot that, like, if not for milk powder, like biscuits,
chips.
Maybe?
All the time. Yeah, chips and biscuits. I mean, I know they're not essentially the healthiest thing, but, sometimes you just want a little snack.
Yeah.
And no.
So, surely, sure. Some people are vegan just for the health benefits. I don't think the vast majority of people that are vegan now are doing so to be healthy. It's like, actually, I just don't think animals should die.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, biscuits, chips, crisps for the
Crisps.
other side of our audience.
Mhm.
Okay. My first entry into Room 101 is liquid shampoo and conditioner.
Oh.
I know. And I've already got like one con to this, to be honest with you, being not everyone can use it. Like for ability reasons, I feel like it would still have to exist. But honestly, I think solid products and powdered products are already there. They're doing such a good job. My hair loves it. My hair loves the SLS free solid shampoo and lifestyle now. And I've got the little beauty cubes that you crumble up and like add water to, and then it's liquid anyway. And for travel, I love a bar. I hate taking a big clunky bottle with me wherever I go. I just don't think people need liquid shampoo anymore.
You know what is so funny? I feel like so many people would think, ugh, I don't want to take a bar traveling. But as you just said, I feel like it would make more sense. You got a little bar.
Yeah.
And that's it. You don't have to take a big plastic bottle, fill it with liquid that might explode onto your clothes or depending on your travel ways.
Yeah.
Interesting. Mind you, am I supposed to be, I want to win this, right? So I shouldn't be justifying
Yeah,
your...
you can, I mean, I did a terrible job at arguing against you. I was just like, oh yeah, that's a really good one. But if you've got an argument, hit me with it.
No, I do agree. I mean, the only thing that is exactly what you said is about potential accessibility.
Yeah.
Like if you can't use it, you know, for any particular reason, totally fair enough. But in general, I agree.
In general, I would absolutely want to see these solid products, and like the beauty cubes, I love them so much. So beauty cubes is the brand. It's basically just like a little box that comes with each individual cube, and like each cube is like one hair wash. Even for me, with all of my hair, one cube is enough as long as you use it properly, like put it in your scalp and do all the scalp things. And you're meant to like rub shampoo in for like a minute or so anyway, so that part doesn't change, doesn't make it any quicker if you're doing the right thing. And if it's a cube or a bar, that's so easy to take with you traveling compared to liquid. Yeah, it won't explode.
True. A couple
I didn't
more
even
cubes.
think about the exploding bit.
Oh yeah, I think about that all the time because I used to always just put my stuff in little plasticky things because I was oh no, I don't want it to explode.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. I don't have to put my solid shampoo in a little bag.
I'd be very concerned if they exploded.
It would be, bizarre.
It would be really weird.
I don't know how it would happen. But I love the cubes even over the bars when it comes to traveling, because I'm just like, how long am I away for? How many hair washes literally take those many cubes?
True.
And like, because a bar can be wet if you've just used it.
True.
So, but the cube is always just, it's kind of one and done. So
yeah, I feel like it's kind of fun too. Each time you're like, I'm just going to crumble my little cube and make a potion and then wash my hair.
It is. Yeah, I crumble it in my hand. I give it a little mix.
Yeah. I haven't actually used the cubes before.
They're so good. They're so good. The weirdest thing is that where I'm from I'm from Cornwall in the UK, and these cubes are either from Cornwall, the county of Cornwall, or the county just over. Oh, and like I've only just discovered them in Australia, so I'm like, for Pete's sake.
Murphy's Law.
I know, like damn it, I should be looking for something more local, and I have now. Big Blue Cosmetica, their bars I adore, as well as Etique, which I'm sure everyone knows, but Big Blue Cosmetica is Melbourne based, and I adore them. And that's enough of a plug. I think that they're great.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. I mean, technically, you could argue that they are local to you where you used to live.
They are. Part of me is like, well, I'm from there, so the products work on me because I'm a local.
You're a local.
But no.
No, not quite. Not quite. No.
I'm not sure the body works that way. Maybe not. But in my head, I'm like, yeah, but yeah. The me that's not thinking.
No, that's okay. Now, the funniest thing for the next one is that I think we're in sync but slightly different.
Ooh.
So, my next one is just, I don't know if you want me to narrow it down, but I'm just going to say single-use packaging. Any single-use packaging, if you want me to narrow it down to one particular thing, I definitely can.
I can absolutely argue against you more for single-use packaging
Mhm.
when it
Okay.
comes to like medical things.
Of course.
So like gloves and I don't know, stuff at the
Mhm.
dentist. I'm
Mhm.
sure there are heaps of reasons for
Yeah.
it. So
All
I'm
right.
interested to know what your one is.
Styrofoam.
Ah, you're hitting me where the heart.
Styrofoam. And I know we talked about this recently, but like, even just in the air conditioner world, I don't know if I
Oh
said
my
this
gosh.
last time, but
Mm.
the amount of styrofoam that you get is like, I get it. You need to have
Staggering.
it packaged well. You need to make sure
Yeah.
it's not going to get damaged in transit, blah, 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 blah. But apparently, the particular brand that we use used to have cardboard packaging. They had cardboard padding and everything. Yeah. Like, Jake's dad's been in business for almost 30 years, so he's got like a long
Yeah.
history.
Yeah.
But now they use styrofoam. And at least we can recycle it. But there was a good,
Mhm.
solid, time period where we couldn't.
Where you couldn't. Yeah.
And it's the same thing as if you buy, anything like tech related or like a small appliance you get at home, and it's just 90% of the box is freaking styrofoam.
That's so annoying.
then
Knowing
just-
that we've got alternatives
Yes.
that aren't plasticky based.
Mhm.
Yeah, totally get it. It's
and
just
not only
cheap.
that, when you take something out of the box, most of the time the styrofoam crumbles, and then you end up with all these little bits as well.
Mhm. Oh.
Grr.
And a total just for me, just like the freak that I am, like the nails and the chalkboard sort of thing. I feel that with styrofoam.
Mm.
I like touching it, or like the weird like dry squeaky noise it makes.
Yep.
Oh, I hate it.
It definitely does make it.
It
Noise.
deserves space in room 101 just for the noise. Yeah, styrofoam. Down with it. Down with it. I vote.
Styrofoam.
I vote for styrofoam.
Thank you. Yay. I mean, yeah, I feel like we're supposed to have some banter that's like, no, you're wrong. This is why, blah, blah, blah.
I love
but-
styrofoam. It's saved my life.
I mean, we wouldn't have a podcast together about ethical
Yeah, nah.
lifestyle and sustainability if we weren't on the same page. So I get
Yeah.
that we're both, like, yeah, room 101, get rid of it.
Oh yeah, just get it all in the broom. No,
Yes,
this is
yes.
just going to be really hard for the listeners to decide
Mhm.
which one overall is
Mhm.
getting sent to room 101.
Yeah, so are they choosing one single one, or are they choosing one like sustainability based and then our like bonus maybe?
Ooh, well, maybe our bonus ones can go head to head. So they'll have the 3 that I have against each other, the 3 that you have against each other, and then the winners from them head to head.
Ooh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, my next entry for room 101 is misleading product packaging. So yeah,
Yes.
still packaging. Maybe other people feel this way, but being in like the graphic design world, knowing that these icons can mean nothing really grinds my gears, because this packaging exists to make it easier for you to pick something you like, but overall, like the most thing it does right now is like it looks a certain way to make you want to buy it, and then it adds all these icons that also make you want to buy it. And people are so time poor that it really grinds my gears that they'll put these icons on there that have no regulation. They could say anything they want to, and it seems like there's no certification or regulation that cares. If it's food, I think they care way more. But if it is like shampoo, it could say bloody blah free and not be free. The vegan side of this, I've seen this. Oh my god, so annoying when it says plant-based and then in the ingredients.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Kill me.
like,
I should have
it
just
might
done
have-
plant-based as one of mine.
It might have milk powder, or it might have
Yes.
something else. Like, it might
Yeah.
not be vegan. People
Or
think
it
plant-based
says-
means vegan.
Plant-based, but it's just the packaging. And it doesn't say
Oh,
plant-based
no.
packaging. It just says
Oh,
plant-based.
no.
And you're like, oh. And then it's like, oh, it's just the packaging.
Oh, that'd be awful. Well, I guess that's what I experienced with that, like, dental floss packaging. Yeah, I've forgotten. I won't say a brand in case I'm wrong. But Big Toothpaste was was getting their packaging, and I was looking for dental floss, trying to be a better person. And I thought, oh, this one says like sustainable or like all recyclable. Joke's on me. The packaging, which was cardboard, yeah, that was recyclable. And that's pretty much all it meant. It meant I could recycle the cardboard, and it meant that the little dental floss tub was made from recycled plastic. Didn't specify if I could even recycle the tub again.
Yeah, if it's already been recycled materials, who knows?
Yeah, it might be mixed together. It might not be something that at least they believe is recyclable. now I thought I was being a good person, and now I don't feel that way, and
You
I'm
got
mad.
tricked. You got tricked.
Yeah.
And you're right. It's so easy to do. You're going down the aisles and you're like, oh, I need this particular product. Oh,
Mm,
bam, there's a little icon that aligns with what I'm looking for. Bought. And then
yeah.
you get home and it's only when you go to use it that you're like, hey, wait a minute. What?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just wanted to live an
Someone's
easy
done.
life.
Some graphic designer out there has done a good job.
They have. They've done a good job, and I am not happy with them. So that would make me very happy. I see zero cons to getting rid of misleading product packaging.
No, I agree. I mean, it should be, I guess, standardized. Like, there should be regulations that say,
Yeah.
you have to put this on it if it's this, or I guess it's a money thing and people can make up their own accreditations.
Yeah, that's the worst thing. I think my assumption and most people's assumption will be this is regulated. Why would it be there if it's not true?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, have you seen that Seaspiracy? Have you seen that documentary?
Ooh, I'm not sure. I don't think I have.
It was pretty good. I mean, you're already vegan, so it's not gonna change your life. But one of the big takeaways from it, like one of the reasons that like me and Tarek still ate some seafood, I think, before this point, from specific companies, but one of the biggest takeaways was the icons and things that we then so like the icons on like tuna, for example, we thought, well, at least it's sustainably sourced, yada yada, it's got this like dolphin safe thing on it. I'm fighting the urge to swear a lot here. Like, it means nothing. It turns out it means nothing. Like, at least according to this documentary, they were trying to chase up the people that give the certification, and they were like, yeah, well, they're fishermen and they're out at sea, so we can't really regulate it. It's just what they tell us, and we go by that.
Such bullshit. I must have seen this. We must have talked about it when you've seen it, because I remember one of the guys that I used to work with always had cans of tuna, and it always had that like dolphin safe logo on it or whatever. Some bullshit that someone's just made up to try and appeal to consumers.
They're tugging at our heartstrings. They're like, it's okay. The dolphins are safe. The dolphins are fine. And it's not. And like bycatch is a huge thing. I'm sorry, I'm just going on a rant now about Seaspiracy. I'll leave that behind.
This is why we have the podcast, though. We love rants. We love little tangents. It's technically related. It's
somewhat like it's removed to a degree. Yeah, we absolutely could have done a whole thing on Seaspiracy if we had this podcast. Then
we totally can. All the spiracies.
The bycatch. And there was a fancy restaurant that I went to at some point, and I had chosen like the fish option for everything that was there. And there was a particular fish that I had, and it tasted amazing. And one of the big things about this restaurant, it was like a UK based, like really fancy. I took my friend there because she was going to get married. I couldn't make her wedding, so I thought, well, I'm going to celebrate her. We're going to go here. And one of the big things about it was like a restaurant that minimized waste and made the most of things. Like they had a dessert called like last year's cherries or something like that, which used stuff from like the year before and like scraps through and everything. They used cocktails that had like bits and bobs from different things so that things didn't go to waste.
That's cool.
So it sounded really great, and it was like everything was delicious. But I will now never eat this fish again, because after finding out what it was, I also then found out the usual way that you would get it, because it's like a bottom feeder, is like dredging.
Oh, yeah,
and
lovely.
So like, yeah, they'll just, I'm imagining like a huge net that just sits on the floor and then just rakes stuff up. That seems to be, I would assume, the best way to get this fish, because it would be the quickest way. But it would just destroy anything else that's down there. It would catch so many other fish. On the way up, it also catches birds. You would not believe how much bycatch is birds.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's bizarre. I'm going to end here, because that's besides the point.
Let's put a pin in this, though, because I think it's very interesting, and I think a lot of people would be interested in hearing about it as well. So future episode idea.
Yes.
Yeah, I like. Well, I don't like it, but I like that we're having a discussion about it.
We're going to talk about it, and other people are going to be angry with us, and it's going to be a great time.
Correct.
And that is why I don't want misleading icons on packaging.
See, you came back round.
Thank you.
Perfect.
I try.
So we're doing three, and then a bonus one, yeah?
Yes, miss. Yes.
Okay, then.
Yes.
My third one also ties in to you. And it is keys on menus. Dietary keys on
got it.
menus.
Yeah. But you don't want them?
I think they need to be not made up. I think it needs to be standardized. I don't want random people to. Some restaurants have V for vegan, some have V for vegetarian, some have VE, VO, VG. Some have VG for vegan and then no vegan option.
Oh.
Why put that on your key? Funny
so
story,
sad.
and this is why it's so fresh in my mind. It was my uncle's birthday on the weekend, and my mum says, we're going to this place on this date. We're like, great. So put it in the maps, check it all out. I look at the menu before. I'm like, 3 vegan options. Amazing. I've chosen this one. We get to the restaurant, and we're like, there's no one here. We walk in and we're like, we've got a booking. And the lady's like, no, you don't. We've got these 3 names and that's not your name. And we're like,
awkward.
She's like, are you at the right place? I'm like, I look through my chat and I'm like, yes, this is blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, well, I don't think you're here. And I'm like, So we walk out and I call my mom and I'm like, hey, Mom, where is everyone? She's like, we're here. It's this blah, blah, blah place. And I was like, Mum, that's not what you said in the chat. She's like,
oh, no.
Yeah, I did. But I was like, no, you didn't. When did it change? She's like, no, I definitely said that. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I sent you to the wrong place. It was only 5 minutes away, so that's okay. But then we get there and I'm like, oh, I've been to this restaurant before. And last time I didn't eat anything because they have VG for vegan on the menu with no vegan options. So,
that's sad. Not even like chips? Not a salad?
Oh, they had chips, but I was just like, I don't want chips. And it didn't have a VG next to it. And I was just like, actually, no, I lied. There was one VG, but it said butter chicken and it said VG and it was specifically chicken. So I was like, I do not trust anything you have on your menu. I'm going to eat something on the way home. So I sat down with everyone. My auntie bought the Plantitude chocolate brownie from Woolies and I had some of that as dessert. But it was still very nice and social. But it brings me to my point of delete the made-up dietary keys on menus and have only standardized, please.
Yep, that's it. It's
even for intolerances.
Yeah, especially for food intolerances, it needs to be regulated.
It does.
You can't be making it up. You absolutely can't be.
No.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe they had an icon and like didn't have anything for it.
And they put it next to a butter chicken meal and I was like, that's not vegan.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yes.
No, wow.
Anyway, I could go on.
I can totally understand that because I rely now on those icons to be like, okay, step 1 are there icons? Step 2, what do they mean? From an icon, it should make it easy to understand. Like, agreed. I shouldn't necessarily need a key, to be honest with you.
No, agreed.
But here we are. All right, I've got one last one.
Hit me.
It pains me to want to put this in Room 101, but I think it's the right thing to do. And that is, like, mystery boxes. And you can apply that everywhere. And I love them. I will watch YouTube videos of people like, ooh, what's in the box? Because I love them. This brings me no joy to put it in Room 101. But I cannot deny that part of these mystery boxes, like the allure is finding out what's in it, not necessarily then using what's in it. And I've had some boxes. I've had some good boxes that are very specific that I've enjoyed everything in, but not everything. And that you can be specific. You can get vegan ones, you can get cruelty-free ones, you can get beauty ones, you can get sports ones, you can get random anything boxes these days. And realistically, I just see them as a way for me to have stuff that I don't need.
Yeah, definitely.
If I wanted the thing, I could just buy the thing.
Yep.
All I'm paying for is a surprise and the novelty of that. And like there are MLMs that run that way. And I don't want that.
Do you know what is so funny is I've definitely done one before, and you're right. I think I probably liked 50% of it.
I've done so many.
Thoroughly enjoyed opening it, loved opening it, but there was products that I didn't use because I didn't like them or they just didn't suit me. Yeah. But it's the joy of opening. Yeah. It's like everything's a little present. You're like, what's this? It's a surprise. But I was actually just looking at for Christmas, We do our KK list. I know I've gone on and on about it. If you haven't heard it before, go listen to our other episodes. There's plenty of rant in there. But
yes, how did you get here without the Christmas episode?
I know.
Go on back.
Goodness me. I was trying to think of things I wanted, and I was like, oh, do I do a mystery box? Then I was like, no. And I ended up going through like my phone screenshots and like saved things and found things that I'd forgotten but that I still wanted. And I was like, oh, perfect. So I was like, no, I won't do a mystery box, but the temptation is real.
Yeah, it's
so real.
The bit in me that loves gambling is like, buy the box. And there are certain ones, like, I will be tempted every single time there's like a flora and fauna beauty box, or like Atik has done mystery boxes where it's just like a really good deal. And for something like Atik, I'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna love it, or I know someone else that will. Probably same with flora and fauna, but I have done them in the past and ended up with like just an odd product that I don't use, Tarek won't use, and I can't think of anyone else that will necessarily use it. And I think that is a great thing that is wasted on me.
Agreed.
And then I'm sad. And it's a thing I just have that collects dust because I'd feel guilty throwing it away as well.
Definitely. There's something about just the mystery. Like, it's the same as all those YouTube videos that they buy Amazon boxes or return boxes. I saw one YouTuber the other day bought suitcases, and she spent like, I think one of them was like 400 euros or something on a suitcase. And it was literally just someone's belongings. Like, somebody had just lost their suitcase, and there was like
I've heard of
a
that.
toothbrush and like, you know, socks and undies and like a pair of shoes, just like stuff you'd take on a holiday. And I watched the whole thing because I was like, what is she going to find? But it was literally just someone's stuff. It's just the mystery. It's exciting.
Well, like those storage wars. Is it storage wars?
Yeah.
The one where like storage hunters? Whatever it is.
I think they both exist.
Probably. That's how much we love this stuff. It's just they buy a random box of stuff, and like you can peep inside a little bit and be like, oh, I think I could make money on it. Will you? That's the whole show. We like gambling, but I need to try to minimize it as much as I can.
Get rid of it. Delete the temptation. I agree with you there. Put it in the room for just
put it away.
Getting rid of the temptation.
Yeah, I need it to be taken away from me. Someone else needs to pry the mystery box from my hands and put it where I can't see it. As soon as it's not there, I'm fine. I don't miss it.
No. Well, you don't know what you're missing.
You don't know what you're missing. Yeah, you don't. There is one example of it that I really do like. I've forgotten her name.
So you're just revoking it now?
I'll bring it back for just a sec. There's someone. I wish I could remember her name or even how I would find her. There's a girl that makes TikToks and Reels and YouTube and whatever else about a whole load of molds that she bought.
Oh, I know this lady. I don't know her name, but I know the videos.
And like, so originally she made all of these, and still does, make these like adorable like koala themed like pots and stuff with like huge eyes. I love them so much, but they are above my price bracket to like buy one from her, and she deserves everything, and they're so cute, but I can't get one yet. She got all those molds from Gumtree, and at least the way she presents it in like the reels is she's got all of these mystery molds, and in each reel she like just does one, and she'll make something great with each of them. And I don't know, maybe it's fake that it's a surprise, but I'm all in. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm
same.
all in. She makes something beautiful with every single one. She puts her spin on every single one, and I'm all G with that. Like, so if it's something to be creative with, I think it can work. Like a artist mystery box could probably be pretty good. But if it is like food, there's probably something in there that I don't like. If it's beauty, there's probably something in a shade that I can't use. Maybe there needs to be some like hard nose put on these things, or at least for me. Or I just need self-control that I don't have, so I want it taken away.
You get delete the temptation.
It's for the greater good of me.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is my list. That was your 3 too.
Yes.
Do you have a bonus one we can end on?
I do.
Okay. Hit me.
This bothers me every day. Every day.
Me? I'll leave. I'm so sorry.
Totally. No, and I honestly, there's probably something underlying wrong with me that, is why it's an issue, but I think a lot of people are going to agree.
Mm-hmm.
Seams on socks. The freaking toe seams on socks grinds my gears so hard. I just cannot deal. I cannot deal.
Oh my gosh.
And I've tried to find like sensory friendly socks because I'm like, maybe that's my issue. Because
I'm like looking at my socks now.
my work socks, right? Like they're thick and they're like over the ankle, but they have this freaking seam on the toe that is like so annoying if it just twists slightly. Like I can just feel it and it just makes me rage. So I've tried to find like sensory friendly seamless socks, and I think there are some out there. So like just delete seams on socks. We don't need them. Get rid of it.
You, as someone who can sew.
A socks is different. It's like knit. I can't knit.
Oh, true.
Yeah, because then if I made socks, they'd have seams. So it would defeat the whole purpose.
They would. Damn it. How do we fix this?
I don't know.
Do tights have seams in the sock bit?
Tights have seams too, and they also made me rage.
I wish I could help you.
I know.
Yeah, I think I'm really desensitized to stuff like that. I'm trying to feel it in these socks. You know what? You might like my socks.
Oh,
There's
okay.
like the tiniest little stub of seam by the big toe.
By the big toe, okay.
And like nowhere else.
Well, if anyone has sock recommendations that don't have giant seams across the toes, please send them my way.
This is another one of those weird, like, send us the pictures of your individual bananas. Like,
oh yes, please don't send me toe photos.
I'm not really
a foot person.
Crawling for like, don't send us your feet. This isn't a thing.
We're gonna get spicy banana photos and
spicy sock photos.
Sock photos.
I hear you want to see my seams.
No seams.
No. Oh my gosh.
Oh dear. So I might be personal. A bit polarizing there, but that was the first thing I thought of when I was starting to think of things. That was the first one that came into my mind, and I was like, sock seams.
I love that for you. I love that you're following your bliss here, and you're like, sock seams, they need to go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But if we get rid of it, you'll have nothing to ever complain about ever again.
Nothing at all. That's correct.
That's it. You'll wake up tomorrow a happier person, be like, wow, it was entirely sock seams. Yeah.
I don't even doubt it. Like halfway through the day, I reckon I'm just like, I just want to burn my socks. Throw them in the bin.
Like, vow off socks forever. You're like, you know what? Crocs.
I'm just going to go bare feet. Yep.
That's the direction. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My last one, my wild card. It's a title. So there's two versions of it that I detest. And that is Girl Boss and Boss Babe.
Why can't you just be boss? Yeah.
Be a boss.
Mm-hmm.
In some ways, like if you say like mum boss, I get that because it is super hard to do anything while also raising a child.
Yeah.
But if it's just boss babe,
what about boss bitch? Same boat, right? Or is that more like
I suppose I find that just funny. Like I don't think people say that seriously.
Imagine if I was like to you, oh my God, Chloe, I've been working so hard. I am like the biggest boss bitch. You'd be like, what?
Like,
I don't think we could be friends anymore.
I'm sure like it definitely depends on like how you're saying it. I mean, I guess I would know to take you seriously because I know what you're like. Yeah. But as like a hashtag boss babe, hashtag girl boss, at least in Melbourne, in Australia, that's not a special thing. There are so many amazing businesses run by people who are of so many different nationalities, genders. It's not the defining factor to me. I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way.
I get that. I feel like it's such a cringe term as well. It was such a I feel like it just like boom came into the world and it was so overused and not a vibe. And agree. I feel like, if you are a boss and you're like killing it, be like, heck yeah, I'm the boss. You don't need to be like, I'm the girl boss.
Absolutely. Like, don't add that bit like I am just boss. That's me done. And that's not to take away from anything that's like supporting women. Mm-hmm. That's great. Love that. But I just don't think you need to label yourself as boss babe to get somewhere.
Yeah. And you're right though. I feel like too, some people think it lesser than boss. There's like boss is manly, boss is, traditional
Yeah.
and
Take
strong.
back boss.
Yeah.
Take back
boss.
hashtag take back boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get away from girl boss. You're not a girl anymore. You are a strong woman and you're a boss.
Yep.
That's it.
Agree. Bow. So yeah, now you can see I had like, I think I said my first thing to Jake about sock seams, and he was like, oh, well,
War.
I would probably do war. And I was like,
It's
sock
like
seams?
we have different brains.
I was like, no, it's supposed to be like silly things, not proper things. Of course I would have said that. He was like, okay.
Like, really? You're like, hey, Genie, I have 3 wishes. I want menus to be easier to read.
Mm-hmm.
I want no seams in socks.
Mm-hmm.
I know, you have a hard time with that one.
I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I feel like your other ones were really good, so I'm not going to bring them up.
Yeah, it's okay.
So what did we have? What were your 3? Let's recap.
Yes.
For the audience.
So my first one was milk powder.
Oh, yes.
Delete that shit. Get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
My second one was single-use packaging, aka styrofoam.
Oh,
Goodbye.
Yep.
And then my third one was incorrect labeling of food in menus. See you.
I hate it and therefore I love it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And your 3?
My list keeps like going away. Can I remember it? I'll just remember. I'll use my brain.
Go, yeah. Be
my
a
3
boss.
were... Stop! You even said it correctly, and I'm like hearing the girl part under your breath.
I specifically bit my tongue. I was like, she'll appreciate it more if I say boss, not she won't.
That's
she'll
true.
be like,
I'm
if
a
I
boss.
say girl boss.
All right, my 3 were liquid shampoo and conditioner, logos on packaging that don't mean anything, and the third one was mystery boxes.
Oh yes, of course. Well, I think that was because it was the love-hate kind of situation.
Yeah. Well, I know, I feel like people will be in the exact same boat as us, of like, but I really like them.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh. Okay, down to you, everyone. Down to you, listeners. You've got to choose between Mikaela's 3, my 3, and then head to head.
Bonus!
It's going to be fun. Happy festive season to you all. Happy holidays. I hope you're doing something fun. I hope that you have a good new year. 2023 is coming at us. Let's face it together.
Yes, I feel like I need to like zen.
Bit of zen time. Bit of zen time.
Yes.
Yes. I hope that you have a relaxing break.
Thank you. You too.
And do you care to do the little outro?
Alrighty. Thanks everyone so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's show, we would love it if you could leave us a review wherever you are listening to this podcast. You can follow the podcast on Instagram at greengirls.podcast. You can follow Chloe on Instagram at BeKindCoco, and you can follow me, Mikaela, on Instagram at Mikaela Hoffman or at RetroKittyVintage. If you'd like to support us, you can join our Patreon and receive ad-free, extra rambly episodes, or you can buy us a coffee. But that's all, folks. Look out for new episodes every other Wednesday, because on Wednesdays we podcast. And until next time, remember, it doesn't matter if you take it slow, it matters that you take a step.
Woohoo.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.